In today's episode, I built a giant custom village in my hardcore world, since the current spot I have for my villagers looks like this. This is one of the biggest projects I've ever done in Minecraft, so stick around to the end to see how it turns out. But before we do any building, we first have to gather up a ton of materials. Every building in the village is going to stick to a similar block palette, something like this. So we're going to need tons of spruce wood, tons of oak wood, and then some stone, cobblestone, and andesite. All of those materials are pretty easy to gather up, but we're just going to need a ton of them. I already have all the stone and cobblestone that I'll need, so first up, I'm going to gather up all the spruce wood. I'm gonna need about 10 stacks of logs in total. So let's grab some saplings and some bone meal. Wait a minute, I'm all out of bone meal, but I know exactly where I can get some. So let's head to the nether and then try to find a soul sand valley. I think it should be right over here, right? Okay, there's the soul sand valley. Okay, here we go. I see some fossils. So now let's just gather all this up. Okay, I have just over 2 stacks. I think that should be perfect. So now let's head back home. Okay, and now that I'm back home, I can build up this platform. And I'm doing this so I don't get tons of podzol on the ground. But let's make it fairly large, something like this. And then we can plant up some spruce saplings, turn some of this into bone meal, and start growing some spruce trees. I'm gonna fill this entire thing up with spruce trees. Okay, here we go, last tree. And there we go. This whole thing is full of spruce trees now. And now we just have to chop all of it down. I wonder how much wood I'll get from just one go. My guess is 4 stacks. Okay, it turns out I was extremely wrong because I got 18 stacks of spruce logs. That's almost double what I even needed in the first place. So let's quickly head back home, grab some chests, and empty all this out. All right, that's all the spruce taken care of, so now I just need to get some oak. And this is going to be so much harder. But I think I have just the idea to make it go faster. And that's going to be with a tree farm. Tree farms are actually pretty easy to build, and I'm just going to need some redstone stuff, things like repeaters, some comparators, some pistons, and everything else. The only thing I'm missing is hoppers, pistons, and sticky pistons, all of which need iron, and I'm all out of it. So it's time to go mining. Oh wait, look, there's some right here. Oh, and you know what? While I'm here, I can also mine up all the andesite that I'll need. I think 2 stacks of this should be good. Okay, 2 stacks, perfect. So now let's keep mining down to Y16, and that's where I'm gonna mine the iron. I'll be back once I have about 4 stacks. Whoa, look at this. There's slime on the ground. What? That's exactly what I was looking for. I need slime to craft sticky pistons. But for the time being, I need to get some more iron. Okay, I'm at 61. I just need 3 more. Oh, here we go. 1, 2. Wait, is that it? No, please. It is. Oh my gosh. Of course it is. Oh, here we go. And 3. There we go. So now let's head all the way back home. And now we can take all this iron ore, build a giant tower with it, and mine all of it up with Fortune 3. There we go. Wow. That is a lot of iron. That is way more than I need. Let's head back here now, and we'll start smelting all this up. Okay, after quite a while, here is all the iron. So let's turn all of it into some hoppers. I need 54 in total. And now I'm going to need 52 pistons, and then 8 more for sticky pistons. And there we go. That's everything that we need. The only thing I have left to get is some slime balls. And for that, we're going to have to find a swamp, and I have no idea where to find one. So I'll grab some extra food, and then I guess I'll just head off in this direction till I find a swamp. I really hope this doesn't take too long. Wait a minute. Is that a swamp? It is. That was so easy. Okay, wow. I guess really far render distance helps with this. So now we'll just have to wait until nighttime for the slimes to spawn. Okay, the sun is setting. Now let's see. I wonder what's going to spawn around here. Hopefully lots of slimes. I do see some skeletons though, so things can spawn. Wait, there's frogs. I'll definitely have to come back later and make some friends. But right now the task at hand is getting slime. Oh my gosh. What are the chances? It's a new moon, and that's the only time that slimes cannot spawn at night. That is like the worst luck possible. So I guess I might as well just sleep, and then we'll have to wait 10 more minutes for it to be nighttime again. Oh my gosh, finally, a slime. Okay, I just need to get rid of all these creepers first though. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. Can I get any slime balls? Yeah, I have 7 now. Nice. I just need 8. Okay, I have 12. Perfect. We now have all the slime that we need. So I'm just gonna spend the rest of the night getting as much as possible. And I already see another slime. Hello, friend. Okay, I think it's safe to say that we're done. The sun is rising and I have 62 slime balls. That's honestly not too bad. So let's head back to my horse, and then we can go back home and finally craft up these 8 sticky pistons. And there we go. This is everything that I'll need to build the farm. And now I just have to find a spot to build it. It's not going to be the prettiest thing, so I don't want to build it in the center right here. So maybe I'll build it over here. Actually, you know what? I think over here would be a better spot. I don't want any of my future farms to be visible from my main base area, so I'm going to build them over here instead. And then in the future, I'm going to connect all this up with a road, and it's going to look really cool. But I think just a little bit further over here, and this should be a good spot. Yeah, it's much more open over here, so I think this is where I'm going to build it. Okay, I have the area all cleared out now. Now, first up is going to be the collection area, and it's going to be a shape like this with slabs on the bottom. All right, there we go. And that's the collection system all done. And now somewhat off center, we're going to place a block of obsidian right here, and this is going to be where the TNT explodes. So now it's time to build the actual tree farm itself. It's going to go right over here. First, we have to grab some redstone stuff, and then start building up all the circuitry for the farm. All right, we only have 2 things left to do, and that's placing the TNT right here, Okay, it didn't explode. That's good. One piece of glass right here. And now I just have to feed 11 items into this hopper clock. All right, moment of truth. Let's test it out. I really hope this works. All right, if I come over here and I flick on this lever, then the TNT duper, it's working. Look at that. Okay, let's see. It's not blowing up. That's very good. Okay, I think the farm is actually working. Nice. So now let's turn it off. Okay, we're good. Wow, look at me. I actually managed to build this farm first try without blowing it up. That's definitely a first for me. But now let's head back home one more time, grab all my bone blocks and bone meal, and we're going to use that bone meal to power the farm. I just had to turn all this into bone meal. Wow, that is a lot of bone meal. We'll throw it all into here. Let's start this up, and I should be able just to place it like this, and it's working. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Let's see. Okay, this is working. This is also grabbing saplings. Very nice. And then under here, it should be collecting this stuff. Yeah, look at that. We already have 27 logs. So I guess I'll stay here until I get 10 stacks of oak logs. This might take a while. Okay, it didn't take that long to completely use up all the bone meal, so let's see how much we got. I really hope it's enough. Okay, look at that. We got just over 13 stacks of logs. That's amazing. So with that taken care of, that's basically all the materials that I'll need to build this village. So now it's time to start planning it out. I'm going to drop off all my extra logs and grab some stone to mark out where the buildings are going to go. And I think right down here in this flat area should be a good spot to build this village. Yeah, I think this is perfect right here. So now I think I want the center of the village to be roughly right here. And then in the center, I'm going to build a large custom tree. I think that should look kind of cool. But now it's time to mark out the buildings. And here's what I have in mind. I'm going to do one large building, I think, over here. And this one's going to be kind of like a trading hall, but it's only going to have the most useful villagers inside, like librarians, farmers, armorers, weaponsmiths, and toolsmiths. And then for the rest of the village, I'm going to build a bunch of smaller houses. And each of these will be for a specific profession. So for example, this house could be for the cartographers, then this one could be for the butchers, and so on. And that's the plan. So let's get to marking out the rest of these buildings. Okay, after quite a bit of work, this is what I came up with. Check this out. This is going to be so cool when it's done. All the stone is where the buildings are going to go, and then all the cobblestone is where the paths are going to go. And I also decided to have two main areas, one in the front and then one in the back. And both of these are going to have a custom tree in the center. But as I was doing this, I realized I completely forgot something, and that's to build a villager breeder, since that's going to be the best way to fill up all these houses with villagers. And I've decided that this house over here is where I'm going to house the villager breeder. And I think we should build that one first. But first we need to flatten out this area, and it's going to look something like this. Okay, now we can actually start building. Okay, and here's how it's looking so far. This little offshoot is going to house a tower, and then inside that tower is where the villager breeder is going to come out of. I'm going to build the villager breeder underground since it's way too big to build above ground. So let's work on that next. It's going to be down here, something like this. And then I basically just have to clear out a super large area. Okay, here's how it's looking so far. I have the whole area cleared out for the farmer villagers, and then over here I'm going to put some beds, and then down here is where the baby villagers are going to get captured, and then they're going to flow in a water stream over here, and then they're going to go up into the house right here. So now I just need to get 2 farmer villagers. So let's head over to where my 3 villagers are currently. Oh wait, actually first I'm going to need some beds. So let's come down here, grab some string, craft it into wool, and then beds, and then I'm going to grab tons of extra food, and we're going to use this to breed these villagers. I really hope this works. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's working. And while I wait for this baby to grow up and for them to make me one more villager, let's finish this house. Okay, here we go. All right, and here we have it, the first completed building in this village. But we're still not done with this one. I have to finish up the villager breeder, and then inside I'm also going to build a zombie conversion area, since that way we can get some nice cheap trades. So first let's go check on these villagers. Oh wait, hold on. I'm going to need some composters. Just 2 is fine. Then I'm also going to need 2 glowstone. Do I even have glowstone? Oh gosh, I don't. How? Okay, let's quickly go gather some up. Okay, already we have tons of glowstone. Nice. And I'm only going to need 2 pieces. Okay, we should be good to move in these villagers now. Let's see. Okay, they're all grown up. Perfect. Okay, here they come. And now to move them over here. And somehow I'm going to have to get them down into this hole. Okay, that was really easy. Wow, look at that. Let's dig these guys down now. Then I'll move them into the farm. Alrighty, this is going much better than I expected. Okay, everything should be all set up now. So let's throw them some food. Let's see if this works. Wait, it's working. Okay, let's see if it's successful. And there we go. Look at that. Our villager breeder is actually working. Now let's just see if this guy wants to come over here and then get stuck in this, because that's the real test. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Look at that. And then he gets moved over here. Oh, this is amazing, guys. And then he gets stuck right here. And this is the perfect system, since as a baby, he's not big enough to go up the water stream. But once he becomes an adult, float, then his head will be touching the water and he'll float all the way up here. And then up here is where I'm going to build the collection system. So let's get to work. All right, after a bit of work, this is the contraption that I've come up with. The villagers come from down here and then go up this chute, which links up to right here. And then they float across and then over here. And then inside of this dispenser, I have some mine carts. And then if I click it, then it should take the villagers just like that. And then it's going to bring them downstairs. I know this is kind of complicated. And down here is where the zombie conversion area is going to go. But first we have to replace these floors, and it's going to look something like this. So now I'll just take these rails down over here, and then I'll do something like this in terms of routing. I think right here, I'm going to put 2 powered rails and pair them with some levers. And this is where I'm going to lock in the villagers' trays before converting them. And I think right here is where I'll convert them. I'll do something like this. We'll also put a powered rail right here. Whoa, a villager's dying. Oh, he's drowning. Oh, okay. I don't think this is working very well. Okay, I guess I'll deal with that later. But as I was saying, this rail line right here is where I'm going to hold all the freshly converted villagers. I'll do something like this. And now the only thing left to do is to put a zombie right here. And then also find a way to stop these guys from drowning. Maybe if I make all this water source blocks, then it'll work better. Let's just try it out. Okay, I forgot to record this part, but my fix worked. I turned all this water into source blocks, and now the villagers aren't drowning. So now the only thing left to do is to put a zombie right here. And it's perfect timing because it just became nighttime. But before we can get one of these guys... Oh wait, actually, I was gonna get a name tag, but if these guys can pick up items, then I don't need a name tag. Can you pick up an item? Oh, he can? Okay, nice. Let's kill you and you, and then I'll lure this guy over into the house. All right, we're gonna lure him into here. Okay, let's bring this guy right here. We're gonna place a rail like this, and I should be able to go like this. Okay, now he's trapped. Zombies can't pathfind over rails, so he's trapped like this. That was actually so easy. Oh my gosh. Everything is going so smoothly today, but I better not jinx it, so let's knock on wood. All right, now that I have my zombie friend, let's quickly sleep, and then I'm also gonna grab some extra glass. And then I'll turn it into white stained glass, and I'm going to use it to make the zombie area a little nicer. There we go. We now have our zombie doctor. Let's test it out to see if it works. Let's grab this guy. Okay, that worked. I should be able to set his trade right here. Yep. Okay, let's pretend I set his trade, and then we'll move him over here. And then if I hide, he should convert this villager. Okay, it's working. Perfect. Look at that. And then I'll move him over here, and then he'll stay right over here until he's cured. But this is just a test, so I'm going to kill this guy. And there we have it. Our villager breeder and zombie conversion house is fully done. That took so long. But now it's time to work on some of the other houses. And I think up next, I'm going to build the trading hall over here. This is the biggest building, so it's probably going to take a while. But I'll be back once it's all done. Okay. Wow. That took so long. But I think I hear someone in here. Oh, look at this. The first villager in our trading hall. Let's see. What does he have to offer? 2 free leads. Okay, so now that I have the outside all done, it's time to start working on the interior. And I feel like this is going to be kind of complicated. I'm going to have to do all the floors as well as all the villager pods. First, let's craft up a ton of spruce slabs as well as some stone and andesite slabs. And that's what I'm going to use to build the floor in here. Okay, and here's how it's looking so far. This is the upstairs area as well. Plenty of space to put tons of villagers. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm going to build out all the villager pods downstairs and upstairs. So let's grab some materials and get to work. Okay, the pods are all done downstairs and they're also all done upstairs. I managed to fit 32 villager pods in here. Let's go see how it looks from a distance. Okay, yeah, check this out. The village is starting to come together, but we still have 5 more buildings left to build. And I think up next, I'm going to work on this one. This is going to be my cartographer house. So let's grab some materials and get to work. I'll be back once it's all done. All right, and after quite a bit of work, here it is, the cartographer house. This one turned out really cool. I managed to fit 5 villagers in this tiny house. So now up next, I'm going to build this house. And this one's going to be a little different since it's for the butchers. Over on the left is going to be a normal house. And then on the right side, I'm going to build it out of brick. And that'll be the butcher's smoker area where they do butcher things. All right, let's get to work. Okay, and here we go. The butcher house is all done. And this is that brick section that I was talking about earlier. I think it turned out pretty cool too. But now there's just one more thing that I want to do before we can call the outside complete. And that's to put some campfires inside this chimney. So let's quickly head back home. Oh wait, and also let's make a pit stop right here and grab some wheat. And we're going to turn this wheat into hay bales. And I didn't know this until recently, but if you place a campfire on top of a hay bale, then it makes the smoke way taller. So I guess we'll try that out and see how it looks. Now first I'm going to need 4 coal and then some sticks and some logs. And we'll go like this. Okay, there we go. 4 campfires. So now let's head up here. I'll place down the hay bales with the campfires on top. Let's see. This is what a campfire with no hay bales looks like. Whoa, and this is what this looks like. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that is definitely a lot taller. Let's see how it looks from a distance. Okay, one more time for reference. Normal campfire, hay bale campfire. Oh my gosh. That looks really cool, actually. And there we have it, the completed butcher house with room for 5 villagers. And there's also a little table right here. All right, now what should I build next? This one's going to be the shepherd house. This one's going to be the leather worker house. And then this one is the fisherman house. And I think I'll do the leather worker house next. But wait, oh my gosh, look at this. Let's quickly go check on the villager breeder. I think it's working really good. Okay, wow. Looks like we already have like over 10 villagers. And our zombie friend's also still doing good. Oh, hi. All right, let's grab some materials and we'll get to work on this house. All right, and here it is all done. There's just 2 things left to do. Since this house is for leather workers, then I think it's only fitting to have some cows out here. So let's go over to my very cursed cow farm and let's try to grab 2 cows. Is this gonna work? Oh my gosh, that actually worked. Wow, I did not expect that to work. Now let's bring these guys over here and then I'll just have to lure them into this. Come on, friends. Okay, wow, that was insanely easy. And there we go, we have our 2 cows. All right, and now to just work on the inside. And here it is all complete. And there we go, with this house done, we just have 2 left to go. Up next, I'm gonna do the shepherd house. It's gonna be pretty similar to this one, but instead of cows, there's gonna be sheep. So let's grab some materials and get to work. Okay, and here it is. This house is pretty basic, so it went by super fast. So now let's just go in here and work on the inside. And there we go. The shepherd house is all done. And look at this. This village is really coming together. Once we add the paths and the trees, it's gonna look so cool. But there's only one house left to do, and that's the fisherman house. And it's gonna go right over here next to my villager breeder. All right, let's grab some materials and we'll get to work. All right, and after basically no time at all, here's the tiny little fisherman house. And I think you're gonna be surprised with what I managed to fit in here. So down here is room for 2 villagers. And then if we go up here, there's room for 3 more. 5 villagers in this tiny house. That's honestly pretty good. But with this house done, that marks all of the buildings complete. But now up next is gonna be building all the paths. Actually, you know what? I think we should build the custom trees first. I'm gonna build these out of oak wood and azalea leaves. And I don't think I have any azalea leaves, right? Okay, I don't. But before we do any exploring, let's quickly see what I have in my chests at home. Okay, I do have some flowering azalea. Nice. So if I grab some carrots and turn it into bone meal, you know what? As I was getting that bone meal, I think I've changed my mind. Getting azalea leaves is gonna be way too difficult. So instead, I'm just gonna use some jungle leaves. Those should be a lot easier to get. So let's go off into the jungle over here and start collecting up some jungle leaves. Okay, just over 6 stacks of jungle leaves. I really hope that's enough. So now let's get to work on these custom trees. I'm gonna mark a small outline to begin with, maybe something like this. And then I'll start building up and we'll slowly taper it in as we get towards the top. I don't want these trees to be too tall. And then also all these sideways logs, I'll go back and fix that later. How's this looking? Doesn't look too bad. And then as we get towards the top, I'm gonna add some branches like this. Okay, and here's how it's looking. I can't tell if I like this or not. I think this might be too big. Let's just quickly go down and see. Okay, yeah, it's definitely too wide at the bottom. I'm gonna try to fix this and then I'll be back. Okay, after a bit of fine tuning, I've come up with this. And this shape definitely looks a lot better than before. So now it's time to add the leaves. I'm just gonna make my way up here like this, and then we can start placing. Okay, and here it is, our first custom tree. I'm not the best at building custom trees, but I think for my first attempt, it turned out pretty good. So now it's time to build the second tree, and it's gonna go right over here. It's basically gonna be the same as this one, so I'll be back once I'm done. Okay, and here's our second custom tree. Let's see how they both look. Yeah, check it out. They actually turned out pretty cool. If you guys have any tips on building custom trees, please tell me, because I would love to hear them for the future. But with that done, the only thing left to do is all the paths now. And this is going to be a pretty long process. I'm going to repeat the same path design as I've been doing up here, so that means I'll need to get lots of rooted dirt. And to get that, we have to find an azalea tree above ground, since under those, there's tons of rooted dirt. Wait, look at that. I can't believe I just found that. That was not difficult at all. Yeah, look at that. Here's all the rooted dirt. All right, let's just dig straight down and gather all this up. Okay, I managed to get up to 3 stacks, and there's still tons more left. So I know exactly where to come if I need some more in the future. But now let's make my way back to the surface, and then we can get to work on this path. This is gonna take so long, but I'll be back once it's done. Okay, after some more work, here are all the paths. This is starting to look so cool, but these paths are definitely missing something. They're way too flat and bare. So I'm gonna add some details around them. It's gonna be some little jungle leaf bushes like this, also some bamboo plants with some string on top so they don't grow too tall. And the last thing that I wanna add around these paths is some dark oak saplings. Since dark oak saplings can only grow if there's 4 of them together, it looks pretty cool to have some single saplings planted. But I don't have any, so we're gonna have to go find a dark forest. I think there might be one off in this direction that I saw earlier, but I can't remember, so I guess we'll just go check it out. You know, this does not look familiar at all. I think I might be wrong. Oh wait, just kidding. Here it is. So now it's time to gather up some dark oak saplings. Okay, 36 already. That's perfect. So now I can head back home and then plant these saplings along the path like this. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. And now I'm just going to repeat the same pattern across all the paths. Some jungle leaf bushes, some bamboo with string on top, and some dark oak saplings. Okay, and here are all the details on the path. This already looks so much better. But as I was working on this, I thought of one more thing to make it look even better. And that's going to be to add some lanterns along the entire path, since I don't want any mobs to spawn at night and then kill my villagers. And I think it'll also look pretty good. So let's grab some walls and some lanterns, and then we can start adding them alongside the path. Okay, it's all done and it's nighttime, so we get to see how it looks. Wow, this turned out really good. But wait, there's a zombie villager right here, and I just saw another one over here. So I'm going to try to capture these guys and then convert them. Let's try to lure this guy into here. Okay, perfect. I have this guy nice and captured. So let's go up here, grab a minecart. Let's see if I can capture him inside. Look at that. It's amazing. Let's see if I can find that second zombie villager. He probably already despawned though. Okay, he's definitely gone. So I'll sleep. And there we have it, our fully completed village. This honestly turned out so much better than I was expecting. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I didn't think I'd be able to pull this off. But now there's only one thing left to do, and that's to move in all of the villagers. Let's quickly count up how much I'll need. Okay, all the smaller houses will hold 21 villagers, and then the trading hall will hold 32. So that's 53 villagers in total. That is so many. But we already have our first guy right here. Oh, wait a second. If I'm going to convert these villagers, I need tons of potions and tons of golden apples. Let's see, how much gold do I have? Okay, I have 18 blocks. That's pretty good, but I don't think that'll be enough for 53 golden apples. Oh wait, I also have a bunch of ore. Okay, nice. I almost didn't see that. So let's quickly pillar all the way up with it and then mine it up with fortune 3. Okay, almost 2.5 stacks of raw gold plus 18 blocks of gold. How much is that? So we have 4 stacks of gold plus 40 plus 23. Hold on, I need to do some math. Okay, that's 319 gold, and I need 8 per golden apple. So with all this gold, I can craft up 39 golden apples. Wow, that is way less than I expected. Okay, well, let's just smelt up what we have so far, and while that's smelting, we can go to the nether and get even more. I just need about 2 more stacks, and if you mine nether gold ore with silk touch and then smelt it, you get 1 ingot per ore. So I just need about 2 stacks of ore. That should hopefully be pretty easy to get. Okay, and in basically no time at all, I got over 2 stacks of nether gold ore. I think from now on, I'm coming here to mine for gold, because that was actually super easy. All right, let's head back home now, and then I'll finish smelting all this up. Okay, I finally have all the gold ingots, and I just did the math, and it's enough for 56 golden apples. I only have 11 apples right now, but I think there's more in my tree farm. So let's head over there, and I think it should be in this chest right here. Okay, 46 apples. I'm almost there. I swear, this whole episode, I've just been constantly running out of things. But getting more apples should be easy. All I have to do is grab my fortune 3 hoe, and then go to town on some oak leaves. Okay, there we go. We got 1. This might take a while, so I'll be back once I have 53. Okay, I've made it up to 52. There we go, 53. Okay, that's all the golden apples taken care of. So now we just have to get tons of splash potions of weakness. Lucky for me, I have tons of spider eyes, tons of sugarcane to make sugar, and also quite a bit of brown mushrooms. But I'm definitely gonna need some more. So let's grab my fortune 3 axe and gather some up. This has been quite the process, guys, but I finally have everything that we need. So let's craft some fermented spider eyes, grab some water, and start brewing. All right, I have a whole double chest of potions of weakness. So now I just have to turn all of them into splash potions. Okay, an entire double chest of splash potions of weakness. But as I was doing this, I realized there's one more thing that we need to convert all these villagers, and that's workstations. I'm gonna need 1 of each. So first I'll craft up a brewing stand for the clerics. I'll smelt up some stone to craft a blast furnace. I'll craft a smithing table, a fletching table, a loom, a cauldron, a composter, a barrel, a stone cutter, a grindstone. There are so many of these, oh my gosh. Next up, I'll need a lectern, a cartography table. Let's craft up that blast furnace now. And then lastly, a smoker. Okay, and these are all the workstations. So now I'm finally ready to start converting these villagers. This is gonna take so long. First, let's drop off all the workstations, and then we can bring over all the potions. Okay, after insane amounts of preparation, I'm finally ready to start converting these guys. So let's grab one. Okay, it's working pretty good. And now I'm gonna start with all my librarians. All right, I'm gonna reset his trades until I can get something good. Whoa, sharpness 5. I think I'll take it. Let's craft up some paper, and then we'll use this to lock in his trade. Okay, now if I turn this on, I should be able to send him over here, and then he'll get turned into a zombie. There we go. Oh, he's holding a sword. Then I'm gonna move him over here. Now to make more efficient use of my potions, I'm gonna cure 3 of these guys at once. So let's go grab 1 more, and now we'll get him a job. Whoa, mending. I already have a mending villager though. That was so lucky. And then I'll reset his trades until I get something good. Sweeping edge 3. Let's do it. Now let's grab a splash potion of weakness, craft up some golden apples, and let's see if I can splash all 3 at once. Okay, we did it. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, nice. All right, now I'm just gonna repeat this 12 times to get 12 librarian villagers. But first we need to grab some rails, and I'm gonna route these guys over to the trading hall. And I'm gonna put all 12 of my librarians downstairs. Okay, I'll be back once I have them all cured and moved in. Okay, after an extremely long time, I finally have all the librarians moved in. Let me show you what they're all trading. This guy trades me Unbreaking 3, Protection 4, Looting 3, Sweeping Edge 3, Sharpness 5, Efficiency 5, Silk Touch, Fortune 3, Flame, Infinity, Punch 2, and lastly, Power 5. It took me over an hour of trying just to get Power 5, but it's finally all done and I have all my villagers moved in. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I had one extra villager, so I put him down here, and this one's my mending villager. But now that I have all these librarians done, it's time to start working upstairs. I already have my 4 farmers moved in, but over here I'm going to put 4 toolsmiths, and then I'm also going to put some armorers, some weaponsmiths, some masons, and some fletchers. So let's get to work. Okay, after a ton more work, I finally have the second story all complete. I have 4 farmers, 4 clerics, 2 fletchers, 3 armorers, 2 toolsmiths, 3 weaponsmiths, and 2 masons. And it's also day 300. I think I started on like day 210 or something. This whole project has taken me almost 100 days, but that's the first building all complete. And this was by far the biggest building with 32 villagers in total. So it should start going a lot faster now. Up next, I'm gonna move in all my fishermen since their house is closest to the villager breeder. All right, that was actually pretty easy. I have 2 fishermen down here and then 3 up here. So now next up, I'm gonna move in the leather workers. All 3 of them are gonna go right here. So let's reroute this rail, start converting them, and then move them in. And that's the leather workers all done. So now up next is gonna be the shepherds. Now just like before, I'm gonna move the rail, and I already have these guys all converted. So the last step is to move them in. Okay, that was extremely easy, and all the shepherds are now moved in. So now that leaves us with just 2 houses, the cartographers and the butchers. So up next, I'm gonna do the butchers. Okay, finally, here are all the butchers. And now last but not least is the cartographers. I can't believe I'm almost done. All right, so I have all my cartographers curing, but check this out. There's only 1 villager left in the farm. That could not have been more perfect. This thing was entirely filled with villagers to begin with, and now there's only 1 left. But now I just have to wait for all 4 of these guys to convert. And then once that's done, I'll move them in. Okay, this is the very last villager, number 54. I can't believe I cured and converted 54 villagers today. That is insane. But he's gonna go right down here. Let's go like this. I'll then block this off. We'll place down some water. I've gotten quite fast at this. And then we'll break this. And then I should be able just to push him in like that. And then place his workstation right here. Okay, and there we go. Our entire village is complete, and it's home to 54 villagers. This is probably one of the biggest projects I've ever done in Minecraft, and we did it all without shulker boxes and an elytra. This was definitely quite the challenge, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. But that's gonna be all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!